What's up everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today we're doing a little bit more cleaning up of the engine bay. What I'd like to do is address the mounting surfaces where the intake manifold is going to mount to the heads. So let me show you guys real quick. So in previous videos, you guys saw the intake manifold was removed. Obviously it's been like this for the last two videos. What I have done up to this point is I've taken just a little pick and I've cleaned out the channels where the bolts sit in there and in between these two mating surfaces. Next part of the process is to kind of clean up the mating surface. I did order the appropriate fuel injectors. We're going to assemble the fuel rail, injector, and intake manifold. And I'd like to get this area right here prepped so we can just go ahead and slap it back on, including the valley cover, the knock sensors, get everything kind of nice and tidied up, and kind of proceed from there. All right, so now that we're back on the bench, you guys saw the valley cover. It's been painted. We're gonna go ahead and install the grommets into the valley cover, like so. And we've got the dead blow to get them into place. This is the kit that I bought from Felpro, MS92465, which includes the two knock sensor grommets and then the valley gasket. So installation should be pretty easy. We're just going to knock them in one by one until they're flush. And then when we go to install it, we're just gonna put a little bit of lubricant right here, just so that when the knock sensor goes over it, it can kind of push into place. All right, so this is what it looks like applied. It does need a couple of days to cure. As you can see, I placed a little V's in front of the inlets just to shed any water. It's not like I am going to assume a massive monsoon is gonna rain all over it, but better to be safe than sorry. The cover should theoretically block out water, but if you remember from episode 1, when we pulled out the knock sensors, they were just, you couldn't even identify them, they were so bad. I'd rather have overkill and have them, you know, protected from any sort of water than to come back a couple years from now and have to run into the same issue. So no sweat off my back. It's not gonna harm the engine whatsoever to have the silicone on top. It just needs to cure at this point, so. All right, with a little bit of movie magic, I am back. I do have the injectors. These are AC Delco 125 80426 quantity 8. I got these off of eBay. They say they're genuine. They're probably some sort of Chinese knockoff. We'll find out. With that being said, I got 8 of them. I'm gonna go ahead and, like I said before, silicone lubricant on the O-rings. I'm gonna put them in there. We're gonna put them on this intake manifold. Hopefully everything should bolt up the way that I had planned it to. And then this little part will be complete. So let me get to it. Just like that, we're done. Funny thing is, I went to put these in the rail and these injectors, let's see if I can get you guys zoomed in there. What does that say? It says Denso. So these brand new authentic AC Delco are marked Denso. Again, I don't know enough about these to know whether or not they're supposed to be branded like that. I know that there are replacement injector numbers that you can move on to. I know Denso was one of them, but why they're stamped Denso in an AC Delco box that were placed online as new genuine part is beyond me. So if you know, put the answer down in the comments. So everything is bolted up and seated correctly. This is how they sit inside of the little chambers. The next thing I need to do is clean this mating surface here, but this is pretty much good to go. I also got a replacement alternator. So this one is an original. You spin it, doesn't make any noises, no bearing issues whatsoever. It's all there. And I believe this one came off of a motor that was like 70-some thousand. So I trust this one way more than I trust the burnt one. And then I also picked up one of these. I didn't have one on my stock intake box that came with this swap. So that has to get installed. All right, so both of these units, according to what I'm seeing here, are both remanufactured. This is the original one that came in the swap or with the truck. And then this is the other one that was on the motor. This one's branded Delco Remy. This one doesn't have any branding on it whatsoever. If you listen to the one that came with the motor, so that bearing is pretty much shot or needs to be cleaned, and then the replacement. So this one should do the job. This cost me 20 bucks, not that big of a deal. If it doesn't work, then it doesn't work. But it looks like it is going to do the job. So let's put this guy in its place. We are going to sit this on top of the motor for right now. And again, once those little O-rings come in, we will put this updated steam line in its place. It does need to get clean, so I'll probably give a nice little flush of the system with that. And yeah, we'll continue to move forward with this build. I did say one of the wish lists or to-do items would be to clean up the wires for this particular motor, just so they're a little bit more clean. That was the last thing that I had on here, was to clean up the stock wiring harness, make sure everything is reachable on this side, and then kind of clean up the engine bay. So I'm gonna get to that right now, and then we're gonna call it quits. So that's pretty much it for today, guys. We've gone through everything that we needed to do today with the exception of emptying out the gas tank. As far as what's done here today, newer alternator is back in. Wiring is all done to one side. We've got to clean up the junction box portion here in a second. There's a lot of little Band-Aid splices that's done to this harness. The intake manifold will go on momentarily. We've got to do the steam port line, so that'll be done for next time. And yeah, just a whole bunch of stuff that's coming up here. I've got a bunch of parts coming in for tomorrow, which is on the fueling side of things. So for right now, that's pretty much it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode and you're hanging with me on this build. If there's anything that you guys saw in here that I made a mistake on or that you have comments on, definitely hit me up in the comments below. Let's talk about it. Otherwise, appreciate you guys watching. Can't wait to get this, kind of moved on a little bit more. I know it's been a little bit slow for this particular part of the process, but I've never really done this before in an engine, so I'm trying to take my time and, break it down into smaller chunks. And I feel confident that all we have to do is turn the key, put some fluids in it. We're gonna start rocking and rolling on the back. I think what I wanna do is get the back chopped. That way when I go to run the new fuel lines, everything's good to go. It's all cut and done the way that it needs to. So I need to go get some gas so we can get some welding done on that. Yeah, that's pretty much all I have for today. Thanks again for watching. This is Fahrenheit Motorsports. You guys have a great day. Keep it pushing.